Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Brady and welcome to my desk setup. So let's get started with what everything is actually sitting on top of. We've got the Autonomous Smart Desk 2. I got the classic top edition, which is actually 53 inches wide, and it is plenty long. It's actually quite a bit longer than my other kind of like standard desk that I had previously. It's a really solid build quality. It was not too difficult to assemble, really just like an hour or two. I got the all white, but they come in all black. They also have like a wood grain brown top cover. And honestly, the main draw to this desk is obviously the ability to let it rise and lower to your liking. There's also programmable buttons that you can set to whatever height you really prefer. So for example, you never lose track of your favorite heights, no matter where you are. So I can just hit that button right there and it's back up to my preferred sitting height. I think the quality of the Smart Desk 2 is amazing, and I think the price that you pay for it is well worth it. It's currently sitting at $400 on their website, and out of all of the things in my setup, I'm not trying to sell any of these, but the one thing that I really would recommend is getting, not even from this company, but a sit-stand desk. It is so game-changing, and I love it, seriously. So next up, let's talk about my chair. I got this chair from IKEA. It was actually a refurbished model, one that was already pre-put together, just like sitting in that side section next to checkout. I believe it was $250, and I think the name of it was Marcus. I could be wrong about that, but check the link in the description and I'll have the correct desk for sure down there. But overall, I think it's really nice. There's a mesh back, so it's not as rigid as other chairs, and I'm kind of a big guy. I'm 6'3", so it's got a nice height adjustable headpiece here, so you don't have to like lean down to like scooch up to get your head actually on the headrest. You can just adjust it and get it up, and you can actually lay your head back. So chair, really solid, would recommend. I'm currently using two different mouses kind of for different applications, or kind of just at random. I've got one, the Apple Magic Mouse, the Black Edition. I know it gets a lot of hate, and there are some obvious terrible design qualities to the mouse, the charging obviously. But I do love like the gestures that you can do with it in certain applications like Photoshop. So I do keep going back to the Magic Mouse and using it quite a bit. And outside of the Magic Mouse, I also use the MX Master 3 mouse, which is much more ergonomically designed, has a lot of programmable buttons, is a very, very well designed mouse. And I think everyone kind of talks about that on the internet, that it's kind of like the go-to series of mice for productivity. For my keyboard, I go with the Apple keyboard, the black keyboard with the number pad. My Magic Mouse and my keyboard are both the Black Edition. It just kind of fits better with the aesthetic of my setup. I kind of like the white and black contrast of different items, or the desk at least being white and all of my other items being black. And it's nice, it works great. It will probably be the next thing that I upgrade. I've got my eye on a few different mechanical keyboards that I'd like to at least try out. So that'll be my next upgrade, but the Apple keyboard with number pad Black Edition is very nice. So I am using a MacBook Pro as my main computer. We'll get to that later. But for my speakers, I actually use the Bose Companion model. I think they're the Companion 1 series. I don't exactly remember what the name exactly is. Again, the link to the exact model will be in the description. But I have that feeding out of my monitor because I'm using a USB-C hub. I don't know if that's like the best way to do things. You can't control the actual volume on the volume control buttons on your keyboard, so you have to actually like do the knob, which is kind of annoying. But let me know if anyone has like a better solution for that, because it's kind of super annoying. But the speakers still sound great, and Bose usually has pretty good quality for everything, so would recommend. For when I want some over-the-ear headphones, I'm using the Sony, I think they're WX100 models, noise canceling. They're one of those super popular pairs that I feel like everyone has a pair of, but they are awesome, super comfortable. Definitely would recommend, and I'll leave the link to the exact model that I'm sure I butchered the name of in the description as well. For my monitor, I've got a 27-inch Acer. It doesn't have a great refresh rate, but it does have a really nice picture. I don't remember the exact model, but it has a super small bezel on the outside, and I really like that, and it works great for productivity. The colors look great, and it's got an amazing picture quality. I really love it. My monitor is actually attached to my desk via a clamp mount that kind of makes it float right above the desk. Another item that you will see linked in the description, I forget the exact name for it. Highly recommend these things. They are so clutch. You get so much more desk space back from removing the stand off of your desk, and it makes it fully adjustable, so you can really put it as high or as low as you want, which is really useful when you have a standing desk, especially because you might be a taller person and need it a little bit higher. So it's really nice. Would definitely recommend. They're super cheap and really easy to install. My webcam is like an old Logitech webcam. It's like 1080p. It's decent. It is quite old. I really only use it for work calls, so it's not the best quality, but it is something that I might look to upgrade in the future. I've got a nicer camera that I use to record videos like this, which is a Sony a6300, so webcam is not a huge priority for me. It's really just for work, so it's decent. In terms of the microphone, we are rolling with a Razer Siren. This is actually the first video that I'm testing it out on, so let me know in the comments down below if you guys think this sounds really nice and crisp. So far I think it's really nice. It's got a really small form factor, so it sits nice in the desk and is not super distracting on this monitor arm, boom arm, whatever you call these things. Yeah, so far so good. It's just a USB microphone, so it's super easy to use. I'm not too bothered about having like the best audio quality possible, and I have used this for actual like work calls on Zoom and Google Meet, and it works great. It's kind of nice having like a actual microphone sitting in front of you for even just a meeting. So yeah, so far so good with the Razer Siren. It's really nice. In terms of the computer running this whole setup, we are currently using a laptop. It is a MacBook Pro. Let me give you the exact model. We're rocking with the 16-inch 2019 MacBook Pro with 2.6 gigahertz 6-core Intel Core i7 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and AMD Radeon Pro 5300M 4 gigabytes. It's the MacBook with the touch bar. It is not the M1 model, which is kind of tempting to go out and upgrade to that because I've heard such good things about it. But I think my actual next upgrade in terms of computer is going to be to build another PC. So maybe in a future video we will explore building a new PC. Right now is not the best time to build a PC. All the parts are really scarce and hard to get a hold of and crazy expensive. But like I said, maybe in a future video we can go over a cool PC build maybe to sit up on this desk. It is rated to lift up to something crazy like 200 pounds. So you can throw up a massive, any PC you want really on top of here and just move your monitor over and have a really slick setup. So that is about it for my entire desk setup. But wait, I will give you Cable Management Junkies a peek underneath the hood to give you a look at how I did my cable management. The Autonomous Smart Desk 2 came with a bunch of pretty handy cable management, zip ties, tools, M3 tape, and whatnot that worked for like 3 days until they all fell off. That might have been my fault that I didn't wipe the bottom of the desk down carefully enough, but I had plenty sitting around, so I've had to actually redo my cable management a few times. But this current setup that you're looking at now has lasted for probably 2 weeks, and hopefully it will stay like this for a little bit longer, so I don't have to keep messing with it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed my setup. I know it's not the craziest gaming setup or battle station like you see on YouTube all the time, but really all I'm doing on it is working, doing some video editing, photo editing, and web development. So for me, it gets the job done and is way more than enough. And honestly, I'm really loving the setup. Everything about it gets me hyped. I get excited to sit down and get to work every morning. But like I said, that is about it. If you guys have any suggestions on some new tech or upgrades that you think I should pick up to really make my setup even better, please leave a comment and a link down below. Everything that was in this video is going to be linked in the description as well. There's no like affiliate links or anything silly like that. I really do just stand by these products, and they've worked for me, some of them for a very long time. So I would just recommend them, and I will link them below, like I said, for you guys to pick up if you so choose. But like I said, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. This is a new YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe and tag along for the journey. We're gonna make some cool videos in the future. I appreciate it, guys. This is Brady, and I will see you next time.